Good morning, afternoon, and evening, kindred. Welcome, furthermore, to our Gay Pride one-shots. Today, we are going to be doing Vampire the Masquerade, where our kindred will take us to the gruesome streets of 1980s New York City. May my cast please introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm Katie, she, her, and I will be playing Glow, also she, her.
And I'm Natalie, she, they, and I'm playing Cortessa, she, her.
And I'm Maddie, she, her, and I'm playing Kirsty Henderson, she, her, who sometimes goes by her drag king name of Oscar winner, he, him.
And I am your storyteller, Cosmic Dasai. Thank you for joining us as we tell our game. Can you all imagine it? In New York City. You could see it, the grime, the dirt. Junkies, corporates, and rebels alike all littered these streets with profane ignorance and special awareness of their surroundings. The night was when all the animals came out. The buggers, queens, fairies, dopers, the sick, and the venal. However, to people like you, to kindred like you, it made not one difference. Maybe one day, all this would be wiped off the street. Maybe a real hard rain would come down and wash all the grime away. Or so they hoped. You were all relatively newly embraced into the movement. What time it was to be alive. Or as alive as you could be. The Anarch movement was admittedly small, especially right now. The 80s haven't yielded much fruit in the wake of the new era. The decade of greed had allowed loneliness to follow you all around your whole lives, or unlives. The current sex war being raged on between the Camarilla and the Sabbat also hadn't made things easy at all. And worse, you had seen the small gay bars and dance halls slowly but surely morph into corporate entities, safe and clean for consumers. It was like all the edges had been removed. All the unwanted parts were simply erased. Perhaps like a part of yourself was being erased. Yet, here you all still were. As you walked through the streets, swarmed with bright lights, loud sounds, eccentric people, and unique smells and sounds, you all managed to stumble into the one bastion of hope you all had left, a house of flies. The one gay bar this side of the city that was left that wasn't taken over or stamped off the map by corporates. Tell me, what are you all wearing this night?
I think Kirsty is in full boy drag at this point. She has got like the most sculpted cheekbones you've ever seen, entirely constructed from makeup, and has got her hair cut specially so that she doesn't have to wear a wig. And she's got just the flounciest sort of Victorian shirt on and really tight leather trousers. And yeah, she is going by her drag king name of Oscar winner.
All right, sure. So, Glow's out here. She is wearing the cab high Doc Martens, and she's got them ladder laced up with yellow and purple laces, one on each leg. She's got a pair of like very ripped tight jeans, and she's wearing a battle jacket with the sleeves ripped off, and her battle jacket is covered with patches, and you can see that these patches over the decades she hasn't removed any as causes of change. She's just added on top, one over the other. And she has taken great pride in including patches that are going to have like different meanings depending on whether you're a human or a vampire looking at her. So things like the pink triangle with the silence equals death probably means something very different to a vampire than to the average person she might meet on the street. And at the top, she kind of has her affiliations on the chest, and it slides down to the hem where kind of just devolves into expletives, calling out people she doesn't like: Reagan, Anita Bryant, Robert Moses. And then on the back, in large embroidery, it says, "I eat fascists." And she means that dead literally. And she has big purple curly hair. And right now her eyes are red. Now, whether that's cosmetic or if that's her getting a little bit hungry and it's starting to show is anyone's guess, and she likes it that way.
At least it's not a fruit pie. Last but not least.
Yeah, so Cortessa, very much goth princess. She looks like a walking, to normal humans, living porcelain Victorian doll. Very much long, covering clothes. She has this blouse with frills on the ends and around the neck, a tight sort of black corset, satined, and a long skirt that drapes all the way down to the ground, covering her Wellington boots that are 2-inch heeled. That lifts her up just a little bit. And of course, she has her white hair, all big and curled, just looking and framing all around her very pale undead skin. Makeup done, thick, dark, goth, with just a little bit of lip to make it even more pouty and look doll-like. Very embracing that look. And she's just keeping a fan, just subtly fanning, trying to make it look like she has a breath when she doesn't.
All right. As you all walk into the House of Flies, this gay nightclub and bar, it was a normal scene for you all. As you enter, the loud Diana Ross soundtrack could be heard bumping in the background as you could see a baby queen on stage dancing and lip syncing, while the patrons cheer and clapped on. The colorful strobe lights blinded you all as you eventually stumbled your way to the bar, only to see a young Chinese woman cleaning the glasses and looking towards you all. You knew this woman. This was the young neonate Toreador that was thrown out on her ass from the Camarilla, only to receive new life here. She was a shy young transitioning woman with sallow skin, curly hair, and a kind smile that had this painted red lipstick on her lips tonight. Her new name was Zhangji, but most of the patrons here complied and just called her Gigi, just out sheer jests and pleasantries. What are you all doing tonight? It's not your nights.
Can't come by and have a drink?
No, you're here for something.
And if we are?
I would prefer you be upcoming with me instead of playing coy. I thought we were friends at this point. Or at least associates.
I'm just here to mingle and make new friends.
You know how much we like kind of this sort of scene.
So Fleshfly didn't ask for you? Just for all of you know, the mother of this house was an old drag queen bruja named Fleshfly. She was a tawny brown-skinned woman with artificially bright purple eyes and a body that had been cinched and snapped into place that made the queen appear very much as any other woman. No one had ever really known this drag queen's real name, of course. To ask such a thing was practically taboo. Yet in this house, respect was never given, it was earned. It was hard to get. It was hard to get on the queen's good side, but given the times, she ran an expectingly tight ship. Didn't you hear what happened?
Oh, well, now I'm all ears.
Don't you all know this? The Sabbat are trying to kill everyone in here. Or, at least they are more, or how can I say this? They are not as combative, at least currently.
I mean, aren't they always trying to kill everyone in here? Is that totally new?
Well, yes, they tend to go after the Camarilla, typically, but for some reason they've been targeting here. Usually that's the Camarilla's job, not the Sabbat.
Oh.
Hmm.
I'm kind of new to all this, and so I've heard about the Sabbat being these sort of evil vampire overlord kind of dudes. Am I missing something?
Is this you asking this in
This
character?
is me in character asking.
Okay. Oh yeah, Christ, I forgot you're new. They consider themselves to be the first anarchs. They considered us watered down, to say the very least. They believe that they shouldn't have to go through with the rules that the Camarilla puts in place, but it gets iffy from there. You talk to some of them, they want dominion over humans. You talk to others, they're just like, no, we want peace on Earth. It gets really weird, but if you see one of them, more are bound to be there. You should know this.
Okay, good information to know. Do they have any kind of identifying features or symbols to keep an eye out for?
Typically, and she pulls out a piece of paper and starts writing on it with one of those old big pens. It looks like it's been bitten to death and went through half hell. You should see an upside down ankh with spikes on it, like this. And she holds it up and holds it towards you. I would recommend if you see this symbol, you get far away. They, much like the Camarilla, don't really seem to be in a talking mood.
Seems like a lot of complicated politics going on.
No, not even politics at this point. No one even knows when this started. I mean, how long ago were you all embraced?
For myself, about 10, 15? Yeah.
20-ish?
I'm 6 months.
Oh god, you're new, you're green. No one should have dropped you off here to begin with. Fuck. And you can see Gigi just run a hand through her hair, just exasperated, just like almost upset that you're here. Like you shouldn't be here. Not because you don't belong here, but more so just because when she knows that date, it's like you either live longer or you die here. This went longer than all of you. This started back in the 1860s, roughly. Yeah. Woof. A fly has been upstairs. She's been really paranoid as of late. She said that one of her contacts saw something and it traveled up here from DC, but, I don't know. I mean, you can talk to her if you like, but be careful. She's a bit, finicky these nights.
Yeah, understandable.
I mean, being forewarned is forearmed. I guess we should have as much information as we can.
I mean, she's not going to attack you. She's not going to attack you. That's silly. But she's guarded. She's guarded.
Everyone loves us. We'll be fine.
I hope you're right. Things haven't really been easy around here lately, but I know you're aware.
Nothing's ever easy, and we're always fine.
Okay. Go right upstairs. You know the rules. Don't cause trouble.
Of course.
Oh, that might be a tall order. Wink.
Gigi rolls her eyes slightly at this and goes back to cleaning the glasses, just like, if I don't tell her, no one else is. So that's essentially the mood on her face. But as you walk up the stairs, your shoes just hit the floor. You can tell that this is an old building. Well, it was originally. You will never know. The mother of this house expectedly keeps things very close to her chest. No matter how fake they may be, she does keep them close to her chest. With that being said, as you all walk up the stairs, you are greeted with what seems to be this old throwback to what looks like the roaring 20s. There are some things that have been upgraded and updated, of course. You know, electricity, modern lighting. There's even air conditioning in here. How pleasant. However, as you look around, you can see all sorts of memorabilia, all sorts of old pictures. You even see someone that looks like the mother herself, but seemingly sadder in what looks to be a suit and a bow tie, just standing there. His eyes almost seem to be piercing you, almost as if to say to get out. Yet, you all continue up the stairs, and that's when you see her, standing in all her glory. She was a tall drag queen, nobly 6'2". She stood there, just bodysuit on, double stacked wig, just seemingly to swish every time she even slightly moved her neck. The artificial purple eyes, as you were all akin to, and seemingly this grim look on her face. You've never known Fly to show what she felt, or at least expressed it. However, perhaps she didn't see you enter yet.
Knock, knock.
At that, she jumped up from her seat and just immediately puts on a face of neutrality. In spite of her harsh nature as a bruja, it seems like she has been polished, or at least somewhat polished over her years, to be, dare you say, composed with this almost supernatural-like aura that just seemed to swarm around her. Almost like she was akin to this, or was raised into this. Come in.
All right, I'm gonna go in, walking like with a bent knee kind of swagger. Is there any like chairs in here?
There are chairs in here. You can see some seemingly plush-looking leather chairs that don't seem to be as old as all the other memorabilia is around.
I'm gonna hop into a chair with like one boot over the back of the chair and then another boot flat down on the floor.
I think that Kirsty / Oscar is going to see that, make a note, and then try and do something very similar with a different chair, because she's desperately trying to fit in, but wants to seem as cool and nonchalant as Glow is being right now.
And Cortessa just comes in straight posture, tight little steps where you just hear the click, 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 click of her heels across the floor.
I love seeing baby queers in here. How are you guys doing?
Well, I think we're doing fairly well, but we've been hearing some trouble coming about maybe downstairs.
What sort of trouble?
Well, Gigi was just kind of giving us the rundown of history with the Sabbat.
Apparently, they got their knickers in a twist and are in a fighting mood today.
When aren't they in a fighting mood?
True that.
Well, here's the tea, as all you young people like to say now. The tea is that they've been shovel-heading a lot more random civilians and passerbys. The shovelheads don't tend to exist that long, however, with a bit of indoctrination and fear behind them and seemingly nowhere else to go. Where do you think that they are going to lead to? Are they going to go to the tower, to us, which are relatively new, or to the only people that they know? With that being said, you can understand why that is a bit of a problem. Not only is it a masquerade breach, but it means more and more Canaanites are present and around and are here to fight this war for unending Gehenna. And at this moment, you hear another knock at the door. Come in. I believe that is our player. Another one of our players. Oh, not yet. Oh, must have been my imagination. Apologies.
Sometimes the knock in the walls on these old buildings.
You know, I tried to get some of the Giovanni to come here and exercise them for me, but I don't deal with corpse fuckers. Nevertheless, wait, you all know what shots are, yes?
I think Kirsty kind of raises her hand with a sort of apologetic expression.
You are new. Yes, keep on forgetting. Shovelheads are what we call random humans that have been shoveled into this. What happens is it's a Sabbat tactic. They quite literally hit someone over the head with a shovel and embrace them. And they know very little about their condition before they are turned onto the public to just wreak havoc. Of course, their life expectancy isn't really that long, but it does cause a fair bit of destruction, I'm sure you can imagine.
Subtle.
Subtlety isn't really in the Sabbat's language, or vocabulary for that matter. That being said, do you know where most of the people they are shovelheading are coming from?
Oh, don't say here.
Yes, here! From the one informant I have, apparently they are shovel-heading people that come from this club because they perceive them to be easy targets with no family or relatives or friends to necessarily care about them. They believe them to be forgettable.
There's a lot of things that I want to say about that are not polite to say with such a refined lady present.
Thank you. I just got this chest plate.
I mean, it looks amazing. So do we have a battle plan?
I'm not sending you into Sabbat territory. This one's only 6 months to years old, and the rest of you haven't passed 30 yet.
I mean, if you add the years when I was a human, but yeah.
I'm not telling you this to be rude or to say I do not believe in your qualifications. However, The current ductus of the Sabbat uses this trick. Some of you that are familiar with Dominate may have heard of it, but the Lasombra are known for wiping entire people's memories, lives away, and reforming them to fit their needs. If I send you in there, likely not being able to withstand that, I do not want to hold the weight of your death. At that, you hear a knock at the door. If those are the rates again, come in.
Hello, everyone. What did I miss?
Hey!
Hey.
Ah, so pleasant for you to join us. Didn't know if something happened to you. Glad I was wrong. Please, please, come in. There are still seats.
Sure. And Shanti is gonna walk in and kind of look around and clock who's there, and then take an empty seat.
Well, glad to see that everyone made it. Guess I'll give the rundown again. Sabbat is intruding on our territory, and they are actively going out of their way to shovelhead humans leaving this club. You know what shovelheads are, right?
Yeah, I think I've heard of them before.
Unfortunately, you have. But at least I don't have to give the rundown again. Anyway. You know, we closed doors at 4. I've been trying to push for later and later, but of course, given our condition, I can't stay up until the wee hours of the morning to see that they all go home. I would recommend that, since they tend not to attack people in crowds, that you perhaps tail one of the people when they are going to leave the club. It doesn't have to be anyone specific. Try and find one that you perhaps feel confident in saving tonight. They tend to go missing in groups of 3 every so many weeks. So remember, whoever you pick, there are 2 others that just cannot be saved, unfortunately.
Well, that's a bit shit odds.
A bit shit odds, but keep in mind, you're not going up against shovelheads themselves. You're going up against true Sabbat, whatever that means. You're going up against people that actually know their disciplines. I have hundreds of years on everyone in here, including myself.
Yeah, I get it. We don't want to end up in the grave twice, but while we're sitting around, we're also watching all these people just walk into a shovel.
Not walk into the shovel. It's a bit more complicated than that.
Okay, but
I
you
don't.
you get.
Nevertheless,
Oh, no, please continue.
nevertheless, if you have any suggestions or questions, I would recommend that you share them now.
Well, I mean, I'm happy enough to play bodyguard. Been doing that more or less for 20 years now. If I can hit anything a little bit harder, I will.
Seems pretty straightforward. Keep an eye out on an easy little lamb that may attract them and follow them. You can do that.
Yeah. Why not?
I'm just happy
Oh.
there's something I can do without waiting a few decades to be ripe enough for something.
It's better that you try and stay as safe and protected as possible. There are too many of us dying now, and there are too many casualties that are being taken, especially for someone that is as young as all of you are. If you want to throw your lives away, I'm not in the business of stopping you. But also, I would prefer that you not die quickly.
Agreed. Now, here's the real question. Is there any intel we could bring back that would be helpful in, like, undermining these people, or are we just playing safe walk?
I already told you I do not want you in Sabat territory. You already know our situation here. We're surrounded by the Sabat on one end and the Camarilla on the other. Do you really want to take your chances trying to mess with either of them?
I just mean if we're already trailing someone, you know?
You're trailing a human.
Yeah, but if we're trailing a human who the Sabat are gonna come, okay, you know, it's fine.
Just come back here safely. Make sure that they get from point A to wherever their destination may be safely. I'm not asking you to watch over them all night, just try and stay around them until they leave.
Of course.
Can do that.
Sure.
I'll be up here all night, you know. The landline is right here, so I don't need to get you guys quarters or anything for a payphone, right? No? Oh, okay.
Got the old trick, and she pulls out a quarter with like a piece of string taped to it. Just use the same quarter over and over.
I've never met such a cheap kindred before in my life outside of the Nosferatu, but that is inventive.
Do what you gotta do.
Well, have a nice night, kindred. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You have all been excused, but you can all talk to one another. I'm sure since perhaps some of our company arrived a bit late, perhaps you want to talk to them a bit before you go back down to the main part of the club.
So, being sandwiched between Carmilla and Sabate. Delightful.
I mean, we're in a turf war, and we're basically just trying not to lose ground.
We have this little dot of land in an ocean of raging centuries fight, it feels like.
Yeah, but that's the way these battles go, isn't it? When you've got small fringe groups, you find a dot and you secure that dot, and you make sure that anybody moving in and out of it is safe. Because you can't be safe in the whole wide world, but we can make one dot safe. At least tonight.
Mhm.
It was at that moment you heard a scream. It's like as you rush downstairs, you can see the crowd dance where it seems to be perhaps a bit of an altercation breaking out. You fucking bitch! You can see this blonde woman with dyed pink ends and ponytails just yelling. She looks infuriated as some sort of liquid was spilled down the front of her outfit. She was dressed in this cute pink pleated skirt and this white tank top. She just seems to be utterly infuriated at this moment. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Can we see who's being yelled at?
Yes, you can. You don't know who this is. They seemingly have a hood over their head. They have a short stature, just in a very what skin you can make out. It's very pale, almost sickly. but you also see these black nails. They seem to be a bit shaken by just very closed off and almost startled by the fact that she was yelled at. What the fuck you want? You want to pay for this shit? But it seems like the person, whoever it was, just continues regressing back and back, just seemingly a bit scared. Yet you can't make out any of their facial expressions.
Okay, Glow's just bodying right into the middle of this. Oi, you good?
Who is that directed towards?
I'm gonna say probably directed to the blonde.
No, I'm not fucking good. What the fuck does it look like to you?
I mean, it looks like you got a drink spilled on you, and your outfit's cute, but it doesn't look like you're in mortal peril here, so why don't we all just calm down a tick?
Are you in the mortal fucking peril? This fucking bitch. And she points over at the person that's seemingly like now scampering away.
Alright. Gonna like...
Messed up my fucking outfit.
Okay. Is everyone else just watching me do this? Is anyone else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm clocking the hooded individual and sort of starting to press on the precipice of like the crowd to follow them.
Oh, I'm absolutely just watching Glow. Like, okay, yeah, let me see what's happening here.
Okay, watching, running after the other person. Give me wits awareness. Actually, you know what? Wits and athletics. Let's do that.
All right.
While you're yelling at her, it's just like, the problem here is that my fucking outfit got motherfucking ruined by that piece of shit that just ran out that fucking door.
All right. Listen. You know what you want to do. There's a guy on 39th and 5th. He has a dry cleaners that is underground. It is designed for, the type of outfits that you find in this place. You tell him Glow sent you. He'll get you set up. You got that?
Okay, but that bitch has been stalking me all night.
I'll take care of that person. You get yourself cleaned up. Got it?
Okay, fine. Thank you. I just fucking can't. And like they just like go off, just like stomping off her small kitten heel, making like noises on the floor. And it's like now like the whole track, like the music track is like back in play after that little debacle. But it seems like there's not that much security, or at least human security around here. Times are a bit rough. The economy is falling, guys. Stagnation is real.
I mean, that's just true now.
So, Oscar, what did you get on your roll?
Let me see. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. You're trying to run after them. You actually, I'll ask you a question. Would you like to win at cost?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So you almost feel like they are getting away from you, but something instinctual, almost primal within you just sets off as you go bolting after this person, as you see them try and escape. Yet, as you do, your features begin to contort, seemingly turn into this gnarly-ish, animalistic type look that just doesn't seem human. Or else they're very good prosthetics, but let's be honest, in this economy, you're not affording it. But as you run after this person, you can see people like look shunned and scared looking at you. clearly as if they're worried about the person that they just saw clearly run after this other person. And they begin whispering to one another before one of them seemingly goes to a payphone. But that doesn't matter just right now. Right now, as you are running to try and catch up to this person, you finally manage to get them. What do you do?
I think I activate awe and I just say, hey, stop right there.
This is going to be another contested roll. Funny, funny. And yes, I will ask for those checks. So give me your presence rating with your charisma.
Okay. That's 3 successes.
Would you like to win at a cost? You missed it by 2. I
think he's young and brash enough to just sort of yell it out for everyone to hear.
As you yell at this person, they stop fear-stricken. Yet you feel hungrier. You are going to add 1 dot to your hunger, so now you should be at hunger 2.
Okay.
As this person stops looking at you, they seem frozen, but you can clearly see that this is one of the former patrons of the club. You haven't seen them in a few weeks. You had wondered where they had disappeared to, but now you see them right there in front of you. Oddly enough, in the same outfit that they were wearing when they came here. You can see that her long black hair was matted and crummy. Her clothes were covered in dirt, that there were bruises just decorating her skin, and she seemed like shaky and nervous. What do you want?
Seemed like you were in trouble back there. Do you need any help?
No, I'm fine.
Looks like you've not changed clothes in a while.
I'm fine. I forgot. I just need to go to the cleaners.
Okay, and I'll just kind of look out for where everyone else is and try and gesture for them to come join me. We've been hearing stuff about people getting taken and hurt around here. We're just trying to make sure that everyone around here is safe, okay?
Okay, but I have nothing to do with it. Okay, just let me go.
Are you sure there's nothing that you've seen? Anything that you could have seen might be helpful in stopping from someone else getting hurt?
Listen, man, I don't know about anything. And this woman's continuing to yell, just either trying to create a scene with the few people that you see wandering by, or just really trying to show that she's not a threat. It's either or at this point. But as you hear this yelling, you all manage to hear it as well and make your way out into the alleyway.
What's going on here then?
Sounds like this person here is having a bit of a rough time, but don't quite know best how to help the situation.
I'm fine. I just need to go home. Okay, I just need to go home.
Look, kid, you say you're fine, but you're shaking like a tree with 89 monkeys in it.
people, yeah, you people just caught me in an alleyway.
Okay, yeah, you also ran out of a club real fast. You
I
You
was
good?
getting yelled at.
That wasn't us.
And yet you're the ones that are pursuing me.
Look. All right. All gonna take a breath. Came out tonight to have a good time. You got a safe way home?
I do. I'm fine.
Is there a way to do because you had said that they had like long nails, they were really pale. Is there a way to do a vibe check on whether this is like a person?
Yes. Do me wits and insights
Wits
at a
and-
difficulty of 3.
Okay. Can you remind me which dice I roll? Sorry.
So, how much? So you start at 1 hunger, right? So you're going to
Yeah.
take 1 of your hunger die, right? That's
Okay.
going to be a part of your main pool. Okay.
Cool.
But you are going to add what is in your wits pool and what is in your insight pool.
Okay.
So you're going to combine that,
Okay.
and the dice that is your hunger die, that's going to make up one of the die that is combined, that is in your combined pool.
Okay. Which die?
Oh, what do you mean? Which die are you?
Like
Are you not
D10 or-
rolling vampire? Oh, you're not rolling vampire dice.
No, sorry. Am I? Oh no.
Okay, so V5 has a very specific dice.
Okay.
So let me get a
No, I got a dice roller. Okay. Cool. Okay. So the hunger one, and then the dice pool is the combination of wits and insight, which for me is 7.
yes.
So dice pool is
Yeah.
7. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
then I said at difficulty 3. So if
3.
we're on the same one, yeah.
Okay, I'm on the same page now. I've got 2 successes.
Okay. You can always mark down a willpower, by the way,
Okay.
to get higher amounts of success.
Oh,
So
I
you
see.
can re-roll again.
Reroll again if I lose a willpower, basically?
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
lose a willpower, but you'll have a possibility of winning.
Okay. Let me try again. Reroll. 1, 2, 3. I think that's still only 2 successes.
Damn. The dice do not like you guys.
They don't like me.
No.
Really?
Do you want to win at a cost?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take a win.
So, as you force yourself to analyze this person, you can feel yourself getting hungry, or you can feel the beast within gnawing at you, telling you, you're fucking up, you need a feed. What the fuck is wrong with you? You need a feed! It's this incessant yelling that just won't stop. But you managed to
Little bit of
clock this
blood.
person. But you managed to clock this person.
Okay.
They aren't human.
Okay. They're vampire, like they're not something else.
So, like for the sake that you know in the future, if you play any vampire game or
Yeah,
like
okay.
any World of Darkness game, then yes, you're telling if someone is human or not, and that can be a wide variety of things. But for this chronicle, yes, they're a vampire.
Great. All right. So, as Glows glaring this woman down, a little bit of blood trickling from the corner of her eyes now. Look, I know that your heart does not beat, and I think you can see that mine doesn't either. So why don't we just cut the shit, and why don't we get straight to what's going on?
Listen, I don't know. I'm just I used to come here. I don't know what I am.
Oh, fuck.
New. They're new.
All right, so crash course. You're a vampire. Welcome.
Yeah, that's what that guy said to me.
That guy.
So
Who's that
guy?
wait, are you just like out here on your own?
Oh, like there was this guy, like when I came here like a few weeks ago, like I was leaving and like I was trying to get into my apartment and I don't know what happened next.
So what have you been doing?
Where's your
since then?
sire?
What? What's that?
The one who made you as you are now.
Oh, that guy, like he got really mad at me. Like some of his friends, he just like pawned me off on them. He said like I was gonna die in like a week or something. I don't know. I just like I try to like I can only seem to like wake up at night and I don't know what's wrong with me and I want to go to the doctor but I can't find any of my identification and I'm like I'm scared.
Okay, well, step number 1, don't go to a doctor. All the doctor's gonna do is tell you that you're dead, and then we're gonna have a whole lot of problems.
Wait, I'm dead?
Oh, honey, you're a vampire. You're very dead. Well, technically, you're undead.
Wait,
You're
how does
dead,
that
and then
work?
you were not.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. So,
Maybe we should take this in a slightly more secluded spot. And as I like peering out of the alleyway to the streets, keeping an eye.
Like his friends said that they would be mad at me. They just told me to like find someone in here, and I don't know what I'm doing here.
that's okay. That's okay. None of us knew what we were doing at first. Let's get you set up somewhere safe, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I barely know what I'm doing on the best of days, so yeah, I feel you, buddy.
So, we're taking her off the streets. Anybody got a destination?
Do you think that fly could look after her?
It's possible. We can ask.
Is there consensus?
Yeah, I think that might be our best bet to start.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Gonna throw an arm around her that's like half supportive, half like you're not getting out of this situation cleanly or quickly. Come on, we're gonna take you to a friend. All right. This way.
I'm anemic.
I mean, we're all kind of are.
So
You'll have to
you-
get used to that.
Yeah.
So you walk back into the club. You can see that that woman is like upset. She has one of those cocktail glasses in the hand, and she's a bit more than wasted at that point. And like it's like, yeah, that's that fucking bitch from earlier, and like that. And like the girl that you have like the arm wrapped around just instantly just like looks more uncomfortable and frozen up if possible.
All right. I said I'd take care of it. I'm taking care of it. This isn't your issue anymore. Go get cleaned up.
Do you know how much cat hair is around here?
Oh my god. It's New York. It's a walkable city.
No, the fuck it's not. What the fuck is that?
Just walk.
In these heels, no. And that she just swishes back around.
I think Kirsty yells back, "That's why you keep flats in your purse."
Oh, so be prepared, hun.
So I assume you all walk back upstairs. As you walk upstairs, the door is locked again, but you can hear faint talking coming from the other side.
Hmm.
No, there is no other option. I told you this. What the hell do you mean that there's always another choice? Do you know what they'll do to me if I concede? Do you know what they'll do to this place if I concede? I told you I don't want to talk about this anymore. I told you this already. I told you I do not want to talk about this anymore. You can hear her sigh as she slams the phone back down. But then all of a sudden you just hear silence again.
Knock, knock.
Come in, come in.
Open the door and stride in. Sorry to disrupt you. We found someone new. And I fan to individual you found.
Who is this?
This is a new friend who was recently turned and then dumped without being given, the briefing on anything.
So she's a cater?
Yes.
You sound very hesitant at that.
I think she's one of the shovel people.
So she's been shovel-headed.
That's the vibe I've got. I don't know about the others.
Yeah, there was a tussle downstairs. They were, guess, spilt a drink on someone, ran out, caught them. They seem very upset and disoriented and confused on what they are.
All right. Come in. Don't be scared. I know I look scary right now, but most of this is just my bad contour. And she gestures for her to go ahead and sit in the seat. The woman still looks shaken and panicked, just seemingly just trying to make herself as small as possible. It's clear that even in life she wasn't necessarily an outspoken person, but now due to her condition and her confusion, it's only amplified. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just came out here a few weeks ago with some friends, and I don't really remember the rest. You can see the matriarch's eyes widen at this. Just bought back by this, and it's just like, may I ask if you came here with anyone? There was this group, there are a bunch of us too that are in there. We don't really know each other. We don't know what's going on. They kind of just dropped us off at locations and said that if we didn't want to die, we would just try and, find someone. And I don't know. I don't know what happens. I just woke up like this, and I'm tired and I want to go home, and I don't know what I'm doing here. Would you happen to know what the van's plates were? Yeah, I think it was a New Jersey plate or something. I don't know. It was a white van or something. Do any of you have any more questions?
No.
Do you know any names of any of the people that either attacked you or were with you?
There was this really nice girl named Jessica, and she seemed new like me, and she didn't really know anything either. But I don't know what the guy that was telling us what to do. I can't remember what he was wearing, but like I don't remember his face. Like every time I try to remember, my face hurts.
Interesting. You said the other two got dropped off at different locations. You wouldn't happen to remember where, would you?
I guess other clubs. I don't really know, like specifically. They wouldn't really tell us that much.
How's the matriarch reacting to this?
She seems very much like almost angry. Like while it's not showing in her face, her fingers are just clawing at the wood desk, just trying to compose herself and to keep a grip. She's angry, but that is about how much that she is going to physically show or allow herself to show, just out of right of composing herself. You know what happens to most shovelheads, don't you?
We show them the ropes.
She has no way of knowing what her clan is. The people that brought her here are likely going to try and find her again. And likely try and take a few more of the patrons with them. It's a bad omen. I'm not that religious or anything of the sort, but it's a bad omen.
I mean, so we've got to fight. We already knew that.
And what's your plan then? You're just going to wait for the van to come out at some random time in the night and try and beat them up then and there?
I mean, either that or I was more thinking that this individual person, we should someone should probably explain to her what, the whole don't go in the sunlight, silver is bad. Like,
wait, what? Silver's not bad. What are you talking about?
Some vampires have the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it will be a bit of trial error.
Yeah, when I was trying to have these really nice earrings, and I tried to put them in, and then it was a bad time. It was a real bad time.
We all love our flaws. Some people can't do iron. Some the stakes. I got the bloody eyes. Gotta figure out what her thing is.
Okay, it's just if you want something, I would suggest going to the Camarilla. She takes out a piece of notepaper, or writes down a name onto it. It reads Alexander Dubois. And she passes it over. Go over to the Rockefeller building. Try and see if you can get in contact with them. The Camarilla have a right to know. It seems like it almost hurts her to say it. Like it pains her to say it out loud. But yet it seems like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like her hands are tied. She can't really do anything about it now. Take her with you. Make sure if anyone tries to confront you, you stay away from them.
Of course, sound advice.
So
I
we'll
would hope it is.
Well, let's move quickly. We shouldn't dally.
You seem distraught. She noted, now looking towards the other Ruha within the room. Would you like to explain why? I eat fascists. I'm talking to you.
Oh, sorry. I don't like it. I don't like that they're picking people up from our turf. I don't like that they're dropping people off without help. I don't like that there are two people who are lost and confused, who are running around we don't know where, and who are probably going to hurt more people. I don't like any of this, and I want to hit someone about it. And I know that's not practical, but I don't like this.
Do you think I'm any more happy about this?
No, I don't. I still don't like it.
What other choice do we have here?
Only choice we have is the next thing we're going to do. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to help this one so that hopefully we can break at least this cycle.
I would suggest that when you get to Alexander, you try and hold your tongue.
Well, that was never my talent, but I can try.
Can someone else speak and try and compose her when you get to your location?
Will be a challenge, but I'm sure we can pull something together.
Thank you. I don't do these things because I want to. I hope you understand that. And at that, we are going to close the scene. And then we are going to get into a cab. Let's fast forward so you all find a cab.
Okay.
You guys have some time to talk among each other while you're going to the Rockefeller building.
I don't like this whole situation at all.
Me neither. And I think Shanti is going to look at this girl. We took her with us, right? She's with us.
Yeah, she's right here.
Yeah.
She's there. She's there.
Yeah. And Shanti is gonna say, I mean, this newbie here, and then there's two others running around on the street, and I just don't like the idea of handing anyone over to the Camarilla at all.
Yeah, what does Fly think will help about talking to this guy?
Wait, Camarilla, what's that?
Oh, that's a history to get into.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
There's going to be a lot you don't understand, and it's going to take time. You're entering a new life is what most you can really say. A lot of us are new to it too. You'll discover a lot of new things about yourself, and a lot of new things about this new nightlife you'll be a part of. We at least hope to keep you as safe as possible.
Wait, but I didn't accept my proposal yet. I was supposed to go to San Marino.
Oh dear. Okay. You're engaged?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about them.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. I met him at NYU. He's an econ major. I thought that was really stupid. But, and I was like doing literature. And he just has the nicest smile and just the bluest eyes. And we actually met during one of our classes. We both hated one of the requirements we had. And, we just started talking to each other. And we've been together for like 3 years now. And he said that when we graduated, we were going to get married. And he proposed that we were going to go over to San Marino and just live out there for a bit. And, I was really excited about it.
It sounds like it was going to be real nice. So, the thing is,
It's not going to happen now.
at least not in the way you pictured it. Not going to tell you you get nothing because you always have choices, but the life you had planned for yourself before is not going to be attainable anymore, at least not in that way. And you can mourn that for sure, but you also get to try something different and being something different. And it's not nothing. It's just different. Just a different version of you you're going to have to meet and figure out how all those plans fit or don't.
Wait, so I can't even go back to him? I can't even talk to him anymore?
Again, not going to say that. I mean, I know some of us, I certainly have some relationships with humans, but I think I wouldn't, if you were asking me, I'd figure out what was going on with myself and what this new identity that you have been literally shoveled into is going to look like, how you want to wear it, and how it's fitting before you start trying to add more pieces onto it.
Look, also, if you have been normal turned the normal way, I don't want to say normal, but like the rest of us know our sires and we're not like in trouble. And you probably don't want to put any humans you like right next to you right now.
What is this? This isn't real. I'm supposed to be finishing up school. I'm supposed to be getting married. I don't know what any of this is.
It's unfair and it's real. Those are both true. And those are both things you're going to have to reckon with. All of us did. All of us are still in the process of doing so. It's not a short process, but it's one you're going to have to do.
The woman just continues to pull into herself and just cry as you continue to make your way over to the Rockefeller building. You guys still do have a few minutes left before you get out.
I think Kirsty gets a makeup wipe out of her bag and starts to kind of remove the drag king makeup because just doesn't want to seem super conspicuous in this very fancy environment, but still is wearing the leather pants and the floaty shirt, so there's only so much you can do.
I think Glow's gonna nudge you and like glance down at the makeup wipe and then glance over at our new friend's like tear smeared face.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Do you want one of these?
She just seems very pulled into herself. She's not responding to anything.
Okay. If this is bad, tell me to stop, but just very gently kind of like
She's not responding to any stimuli. She's just really curled in on herself.
okay, cool. And just very, very gently wipe, and then hopefully she's a bit less tear stained.
As you all arrive, you see this large skyscraper building. Looks built with an iron and silver. It screams ivory tower. And it very much is. You understand that the Camarilla isn't in power here, but they certainly have more power than the puny anarchs do. Or at least they have more than they like to let on. As you enter, you can see a dapper, well-aged man in his late 40s. He seemingly is very much just stoic to himself, looking through his files until he smiles as he sees you all enter. Good evening.
Good evening.
Am I to assume that you are the ones that were sent by... You were the one sent by Joshua, right?
Joshua.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
What do you people? I'm sorry. What do you people call him again? Flush
Her.
or something?
Her, and yes, Fleshfly.
Yes, you were sent by
Yes.
Joshua. Okay. That's
Fleshfly.
pleasant.
Flashfly.
Yes.
I assume that this is one of the shovelheads.
A new fledgling, freshly dropped off in our area, yes.
The shovel. Yes. Glad we could be on the same page. I'm very happy that you anarchs are actually finally figuring out that the rule of law is important.
I feel like Glow is just going to lean over to Christy and be like, you better hold me back because I'm about to fight this person.
Oh, I'm right there with you, buddy. And I'm just going to kind of gently hold on to Glow's shoulders. And if I sense resistance, I'm going to tighten my grip.
Well, I think it's important for us to go straight to Alexander so we don't linger too long, yes?
Glad we all decided to be on the same page here. We both want to get rid of the Savant here. Truly, I know you understand. Well, hand her over. Hand her over.
Well, we were told to speak with Alexander. You're Alexander.
Yes, I'm Alexander
Okay.
Dubois.
What are you going to do with her if we hand her over?
You all are aware of the Masquerade tenets, correct? This should be rudimentary for you all.
She didn't choose this. And she was abandoned.
The rights of creation and the rights of destruction can only be decided by the prince within the domain.
Your laws are trash.
And as seneschal of the city, it is unfortunately within my right to ask for the right to destruction. And as a shovelhead, it's not really any waste here. Just business.
So what if we said no?
Pardon?
N-O, no. You know the word, right?
I have heard it, but not really from insolent fledglings such as yourselves. Perhaps it would do you well to understand what your place is within this hierarchy. We are doing you a gift, after all.
Well, the fun thing about gifts is that they can be rejected, returned, re-gifted, thrown out.
That's such a thing for a blue-collar worker to say. but I appreciate the sentiment. He snaps his fingers and he calls over for two, what you can only assume to be faceless henchmen to come over. They seem well dressed and very much the same suits.
Where Oscar was at Glow's back, Glow's gonna make a really quick move to sandwich our shovelhead friend whose name I keep forgetting in between the two of us so that we're person sandwich with Glow like making herself big up in the front here.
Oh, come on now, don't act like this. I truly can't believe you can get blown off course. You have to deal with reality as you see it, and there are monsters in this one. The Sabbat undermines every form of economic and political relief that we may have within the city. She is one such problem, and yet you reject me and ask me to bear forgiveness and take her in as if she isn't one of them.
She's not a problem. She's a victim of their choices.
She's a survivor of their shit.
Doesn't seem like she survived much of anything, really.
She doesn't even know what vampires are, let alone what the Sabbat's all about. Surely if we teach her what's what, then that's a better way. There's to use the kind of words that you folks probably understand best. She's like an extra resource, an asset.
I don't see no such thing, especially since she was shovel-headed. It's best to get them gone. They are akin to small flies to me.
Glow's just gonna
Anyway.
lean backwards a bit and be like, listen, I'm trying to hold my tongue out of respect for Fleshfly here, but I'm getting real done with this guy.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
think Shanti at this point is standing next to Glow and like mirroring her her posture and is like, yeah, I don't know about this guy, and I don't think we should leave her here
We're not leaving
no
her
matter
here.
what.
anyway. It's best that we don't beat around the bush here. I have plans I need to finish tonight, and clearly I have more things to deal with than just one shovelhead and some underlings that were sent over by, was it some cross-dresser in a wig?
Her name is Fleshfly, and you're right. We do have better things to deal with, so let's not take up any more of your time. We'll just be going.
James, Ruth, take that one. Pointing over towards the poor shovelhead named Amy. Her name is Amy, guys. Her name is Amy.
Okay, okay.
Look,
All right.
when Glow said we're leaving, it means all of us are leaving.
I don't think that to be the case. You see, you anarchs keep on thinking that you can just walk within this city and give credence toward trash like that. Make this city a heap, a dump. But that's where you're wrong. This is where it ends. And it's going to end right here tonight. And that is where we will end this one shot.
No!
I would like to thank everyone for being a part of this show. I'd like to thank everyone for being a part of this one shot and letting me tell this story, though it was a bit slow. So firstly, we have a bunch of other big gay one-shots this week. Thank you for Girls Run These Worlds for letting me tell this story here. Also, some channel announcements. Mondays, we have Rangers of the North. You just came here for the Pride one-shot. Wednesday, Roll for Luck is back. Thursday, Regency Remix. Friday, Ballad of the Conjurers and Misspent Youth. We have more gay one-shots. Creator app is always open. Please subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. Please give us money on coffee. I'm Cosmic Dowside. I'm going to let everyone else go and introduce themselves. I need to take care of a small dog.
All right, I'll take lead. Hi, everybody. I'm Natalie. I use she, they. I was playing Cortessa, our Hecate vampire. You can find me most places, Twitter and Instagram, Ghost Candle, YouTube, and Twitch, Ghostly Candle. So come check me out.
Hi, I'm Katie, she, her. I've been playing Glow, our Bruja vampire. You can find me on Twitter at the Katie McLean. Who's next?
I've been Maddie, she, her, and I've been playing Kirsty/Oscar, your Toreador friend. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Maddie_abstract. And I also have a new podcast out called A Game of One's Own, where I play solo and 2-player role-playing games. And you can find that on Twitter at A Game of One's Own or wherever you listen to podcasts.
And hi, I'm Lily, she, they, and I was playing Shanti Oaks, who entered late, but I hope you all had a chance to experience her. I am Elise on Life on Twitter, and I'm LaScribe in Twitch and Discord, and Lily PHL on Instagram. I have a lot of names. I am part of a podcast called Misfits of Space. They do actual plays. I was in season 1, which was a Star Wars AP. I'm in the currently airing season of Monster Hearts 2. And I have my own podcast called Blurred on the Street with myself, my sister, and a mutual friend. We're 3 Black and Indigenous women and femmes just talking about geeky stuff and current events.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.